It's a new world. Well, this lets people build new kinds of things, new systems in a different way, and be freer and more in control of the system than, if we all bet our lives on Sam Altman. So,
yeah, that's the only thing, when there is an algorithm. So I think X open sourced their algorithm, which I think was great.
Yeah, the current algorithm doesn't matter. There's a completely new one coming in about a month that's built by the AI team. So everything's about to change over on X. So I don't even worry about the current algorithm too much. It's a crappy algorithm. We'll see what happens when this new algorithm gets turned on. That's completely AI done, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's going to lead to new problem and new things to talk about.
Yes, that's exciting.
And maybe new opportunities for a system like yours to hook into X and get information, right? Because if you could actually talk to the AI and say, "Hey, show me all posts about neuroscience," or "Show me all posts about robotics today," all of a sudden you could build that into a system like this to help information workers make sure that they're up to date on the latest about robotics or neuroscience or cars or whatever you are doing research on or whatever.
Yeah.
So, so the next few months are going to be interesting for those of us on X.
Yes, the AI space is definitely extremely exciting since the last 2 years. It's moving very fast. Models are getting cheaper, faster, better at a quite interesting rate. A lot of things that used to be very slow and very expensive, even a year ago, it's all moving very fast, and it's a very exciting time.
It is an exciting time. It's so much change, and we're not even talking about brain-computer interfaces or robots, because eventually this AI is in your head, and that's why you need controls, and you need a system that you can actually hook in various things, right, and be in control, because we're going to need a new cognitive sovereignty piece of software between our brain and the network, right? Because if you have wires on your brain, you don't want Elon Musk to mess with you.
Exactly. I mean, it's already quite crazy to think the level of power that social media platforms have. They can literally decide the election by just like tweaking some parameters in the algorithm. They can just like completely sway an election at will.
Life is about distribution, and the owner of the platform can change the distribution and get an idea out to everybody, right? That's very powerful. That's something that politicians couldn't really do in the old world. Actually, this is why we ended up with the two-party system, because it's so expensive to get your candidate's name in front of people, right?
Yeah.
Well, now Elon can certainly get somebody's name in front of hundreds of millions of people just by doing a post, right? And then putting his
and
finger
it can
up.
be much more subtle than that. It can be just like tweaking, like to each person you show them 10% more in a certain direction compared to where they are now, and then you take them 10% by 10% incrementally over time, and then you can take them completely into a different ideology just by by orchestrating the kind of content they see.
Yeah.
And when we move to the age of AI, it's even worse, because now it's happening in the open. So we kind of get a sense of what everyone is consuming. But what happens when it's just you in the intimacy of your chat with an LLM, and how subtle it can be, the way it can, influence your mind? And that's really where we need to design the reward functions in the open. And that's what, that's the foundations we are laying for this new internet.
Yeah, that's true. So that you don't get a perverted system, right?
Exactly.
A corrupt system, a system that a few people can get a message through and nobody else can, or the right people don't get a message through. It's
Exactly.
something I care a lot about. I built so many lists on X, and I can see X in real time, and I'm on Threads and Mastodon and Blue Sky and LinkedIn and Facebook. all of those are perverted in a way, and I can't see them in real time like I can with X. With X, I have 100,000 people all in real time without any filters, so I can see all the messages that are going through the system. So I can see what actually is being put into the system, at least by this small number of people. I don't watch sports or too much politics, but
Yeah.
in the tech industry, I can see what people are doing, right? And then I can see what the algorithm, the AI is picking from all that to show people, right? And that's where that's where the perversion starts, the corruption starts, right?
Yeah, and I think it has nothing to do with the individuals. Like people are often thinking that if we criticize Meta or X or these kind of companies, they think we are a hater of Elon or Mark Zuckerberg. But like
they
those
all
guys
have their own. I mean, if you go to Blue Sky, it has a political point of view. Why? Because number one, it attracted a certain group of people that puts
Yes.
bias into the system, right? And second, the algorithm is reinforcing that group of people, right? If you come over and try to put a message that group of people doesn't like, first of all, the people kick it out, but the algorithm kicks it out too, right? The algorithm reinforces bias.
Exactly, and so the algorithm operates according to a reward function. It's rewarded to achieve a goal, and the company defines that goal. And that goal is very often not political. They don't even care about what you are being brainwashed with, as long as you come back to their interface, because they want engagement. They want to sell ads.
Bingo. They want addiction.
Yeah, exactly. And so the question is like,
figured that out early, right? That's how he got to be a multi-billionaire, is he figured out how to addict us as we're looking through the feed and give us that dopamine hit, right?
Yes, and that's because the entire collective intelligence we have produced is organized around industries that have a duty to increase their profit. To increase their profit, they need to buy ads. To buy ads, they need to find the platforms where people are spending time, and they have built extremely good platforms at forming a habit of coming back every day, like a drug. And the question when we build this new super intelligence is, what kind of things do we want to reward? And I don't think we need more ads. I think we can do so much more with that, with the power of AI. And that's where there needs to be some level of wisdom put into defining those reward functions, because that's going to define the life we are going to have in the next 10, 20, 30 years.
Thank you very much. Where do we learn more about you?
So you can play with New OS. It's on newos.computer. We have a waiting list, which we are reviewing from time to time to let people in. So it's newos.computer, and excited to see what we are going to build in terms of simulators, those little agents of your mind. We have a lot of amazing things that are coming from this. It's always a pleasure to see all those new little AIs and their expertise and how they can work with others. So that's the main channel for us.
Very cool. Thank you for spending an hour and walking through this with me, as it's a big idea to build a decentralized AI and not be so stuck on our centralized systems. So I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce it to everyone, and thank you for your great questions and conversation.
Love.
How can AI be centralized when you're actually putting them under your central little closed club? Am I missing something? Or please explain. I think it just becomes more centralized under your name, under your brand.